Cool. We are in here. Let me lower it again a little bit. Peace, 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 y'all. Video doc number 2. I told y'all I was going to be switching things up location-wise and quality-wise as well. Finally shooting on 4K with high-quality 32-bit float audio, which is nice. Yeah, we're at the beach today. Trying to find a good angle. Hopefully y'all can hear me. It's a lot of sound, unlike when I was in the studio. It's a little more quiet. I'm hoping this mic picks me up. I might turn on the noise cancellation feature. They have one of those in here, but I think the mic is close enough to my face where it's catching most of the good audio. Pristine, clean audio. This is a Tula mic for anybody wondering. It's a company not too famous, but it's called Tula. And they make really high quality mics that are really small, and they also have built-in recording, which is nice. I don't have to do no fancy rig setup with my camera. I can just record on here, record on there, and sync it in post. So yeah, y'all. Today's video just another embark on the journey, and also just documenting. I told myself I wanted to go to the beach yesterday, but I got sidetracked, and I know that happens to the best of us. You know, kind of wanted to start talking about like my mindsets of things and just the things that happen in my day-to-day life. But today was great though, even though today isn't over with. I started my day pretty good. I got some breakfast, practiced some piano, made some beats. I've been trying to get the hang of the MPC, as y'all probably heard me in the previous video. I haven't really been able to master it like I wanted to. I've had it for about a year now, and I still haven't really been using it as much. So today I took on that challenge of just like not making a beat in Serato, only going to the MPC, you know, throwing a sample in there, chopping it up, see what I want to do with it, see how I do with it. And I passed the challenge, I would say. You know, I finally found some of the quirks that it has, but one of the reasons why I wanted to learn it so bad is because it actually has more, I have more control in the MPC than I do in the DAW, which sounds crazy, but the DAW I use is Serato, and they have this little weird limitation to where you can't record in 3 bars. It has to be 1 bar, 2 bars, or 4 bars, or 8. You know, there's no 3 bar or 6 bar structure, so you have to do this weird 1 scene plus 2 scenes to make 3, and it's really annoying. So I'm officially switching over completely to MPC, and it's been going well. Made some good beats today. Proud of myself. So I'm taking on a new philosophy of just like try to win the day instead of trying to win the week and the month and the year. Just try to win the day every single day. So yesterday I did great. I didn't get to go to the beach, but I did scope out the Long Beach area and found some pawn shops with some new lenses and some stuff. You know, I just did some scoping, which was nice. And today I made some really good beats, and I finally made it to the beach, which is nice, making this video. I made a video yesterday too, which was really good. The doc number 1. So this is doc number 2. Adam Zosar goes to the beach. Gotta stop talking to myself in third person. But actually, I don't have to stop talking to myself in third person. I can do what I want. I'm Adam Zosar. I think the goal, y'all, to get to a mindset that you want to get to is really easy to get. I think the hard part is the unprogramming. You gotta unprogram what you already know. All the limits you think you have in your mind, all the things you think you can't do, you gotta unprogram those. And that's like the hard part, because it's like do it every single day until it's completely out of your mind. And then once it's out of your mind, you have to stop new things from entering in there, new seeds of doubt, whether it be from other people, friends, family, the things you see online and compare yourself. Like, you gotta keep that stuff out. So it's like a constant battle of horses, helicopter. But it was like a constant battle of like staying on the journey mentally, like, oh yeah, I got this, and also reprogramming yourself to like, damn, why do I think like this? Well, why do I think so negative? Or why do I think I can't do it? Why do I, what I'm saying? Think this is the only thing I can do, or this is the highest I can go, or I can't do that, or I, can do this, but only this much. Those are limiting beliefs you probably put on yourself when you were younger, or you might learn it from somebody and you thought it was normal. Like, oh, everybody thinks this, right? And even if it is normal, who cares? If you're on this journey to become great, you're not supposed to be normal. You're not supposed to be like everybody else. So you gotta take those normal mindsets and normal beliefs out of your head and be great. So, yeah, I'm taking it one day at a time. Anytime I feel like I'm rushing myself, I just stop and I just pause and be like, this is my life. I'm in complete control of it, and I want to make this experience great. I don't want to make it a rush experience. I don't want to make it I gotta do a million things at once. Nah, that's not how I want to experience my life. Because you miss things when you do that, y'all. You miss a lot. You miss a lot of life. You don't want to miss life. You want to live life to the fullest. When you're trying to live a perfect life, you actually miss the life you're living. So, I'll be having bars. Yeah, I'll be having bars. And that's also a next step of mine, is to finally get over that hump and start writing more. I have been writing. I think I just got to jot it down more. So I've been making these demos, right? Where I would just get a beat that I've made, whether it's a beat I made a day ago, a week ago, or 2 years ago, and just kind of see where my mind goes. And I just like record those, because I'm gonna be real, y'all. And this might be a little tangent. Pardon me if it's a tangent, but artists who are like professional artists, I don't never see their I don't think they share their actual process. Maybe a few of them. Like, I've seen a few, like 1 out of 100 rappers and artists who like share their recording process. You see beat processes all the time and all the other branding and all that, but like the actual recording process, you rarely ever see online. Like, I've looked everywhere, you don't really see it. You see a bunch of mediocre people trying to do it, but like professional artists, you don't see how they make their songs. And I was like, I remember watching a live stream of Mr. Polarizing Kanye, and I saw when he was in a car, and he had demos of tracks like a year or even 2 years before the album came out. It was demos for Donda, and so he was like rapping and singing on, I think, Hurricane, and the bars that he was saying were not the final bars, but they were just like preliminary demo bars to get the concept out. And it probably was, he thought maybe originally it was just gonna be him on the song, but then he decided to put Lil Baby and The Weeknd on there. But it's like, oh, even the song process is a slow build as well. People think you're supposed to just write the bars the second you hear the beat, or in 24 hours or a day, but it's like, nah. When you're really working on great stuff, like, I've heard things about that with Kendrick too. Like, sometimes he'll take a while. Like, that song All Right, he sat on the beat for 6 to 8 months first. He had no words for it. He sat on it for half a year. Then he wrote to it, and that ended up being one of the greatest songs of all time. So it's like, I be rushing myself sometimes. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm trying to make greatness. Why am I rushing? And people are like, oh, you'll never get there if you don't start. I get that, but like, I I care about this to a level to where I don't ever want it to be less than what I know I'm capable of. It's just the type of person I am. I want my art to be full expression because you only live once. So the art that you do put out, it should be your absolute best. I have a strong belief in experiencing the best things in life and also outputting the best. Like when you have the opportunity, when you have the chance, when you have the ability, do your absolute best in life. Especially if you want to get the best out of life. Eat the best foods, wear the best clothes you can wear, do the best that you can do. Buy the best thing that you can afford, of course. Um, be around the best people, be around the best friends, be in the best relationships. Like I think that is a good philosophy to have. It's my philosophy, if you want to call it a philosophy, just my mindset, really. And so with the music stuff, it's like my beats are getting better, everything's getting better. It's like now it's finally time for the lyric part, the words, the things that I've been straying away from because it's like I don't feel like it's at that point yet of where I'm proud of it, and that's a mindset of its own that I gotta get out of. But like I do know what I want to say and how I want to say it, but there's like a small level of like translation, just like in the beat. Like if you know how you want to beat the sound, but you might not know exactly how to make it all the way, you know. You need to learn the tools and the technical side of it so you can translate that spiritual energy and that thought into the physical. I know exactly how I want to say things, how I want it to sound, the storytelling, the whole concept, everything. I already got that. But it's the technical side, How do you make your vernacular sound like that? How do you, what I'm saying? Give off that feeling. It's the technical side that I've been working on. And I think I'm at the point where it's just putting in the 10,000 hours part. It's not the technical side no more. It's not the emotional side or the passionate side or the creativity side anymore. It's just like the work ethic. Like I have to just put in enough hours to where it'll show. Just like with anything else, my beats has got better over time. I always had a dope ear. I always knew it was good samples. I always knew, what I'm saying, what greatness was. But it's like being able to create the greatness is two different things. And you gotta have the technical skill, but you also have to have the passion. I've always had the passion since day one. So on my journey, it's a little different than others. Most people all have had the technical skills, but they don't really have the oomph and the passion for it. So it's always gonna sound stale and dry. I was watching a video of a dude recreating a Kanye beat, believe it or not, and he literally broke down every technical aspect of how Kanye did his chops and showing us how to do the exact same thing. But then when he did his beat using the same techniques Kanye used, it did not sound the same. It sounded flat with no soul. I'm like, damn. Like the samples you picked, the drums you picked, the way you chopped it, even if it's the same quote unquote technique, the passion and the drive and the love is not there. And no shade to the person I was watching. It's different. And everything is perspective, of course. People might like that beat, but I didn't like it. And it's like that's what is so special about us as individuals. Everybody's different. Everybody has a different viewpoint and different perspective. So I'm excited to share my perspective to the world. What do I think about things? How do I make the beats? How do I say this? I've been like a bystander in so many other people's lives for so long. Fans, just great support groups with so many people, which I love doing. But it's really time for me to step into that spotlight. And I've known it for a while, and I'm straight away from it. But it's like I can't stray away from it no more. These type of thoughts wake me up at night, yo. These type of thoughts wake me up at night. Like it's crazy. Like I forgot that movie reference that did that, but it's really what it feels like. Just like a shock. Boom. What are you doing? And that's like the mental timer that I have in my head. I'm trying to get away from. But it's like the more I stray away from my passion and my destiny, that timer comes in my head. Like, what are you doing? Because time is precious, and you shouldn't waste it. And every second counts. Not every day, every second counts. And yeah. That was a little long rant. I'll call it a symphony, not a rant. I'm gonna take that from Ye. Even though I don't have the greatest liking for Ye right now. You've been going crazy for a while. And I'm like, bro, you tripping. I respect what he did do. I'm hoping he gets some help. I don't know. I talked about the Ye situation on my podcast. Me and my bros podcast, the whole podcast. We covered that. I want to let y'all know too. Outside of this channel, I do have some other outlets that I be on. You know, I have a podcast called the Hope Podcast with me and my boy Rip Slater, and we talk about all kind of topics. You know, a little bit of politics, a little bit of music, a little bit of like just the world, conspiracy theories, AI. We talk about all kind of stuff. You know, so if y'all interested in that other side, which I don't show as much on my other platforms, because I'm private to an extent sometimes. So y'all can go check that out for sure. You know, but yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna enjoy this beach a little longer and then head back to the lab to get to work, y'all. Day 2 documentary. I don't know if I'll be doing this every single day, but I will be capturing high quality content for sure. That is the number one barometer, is high quality content. So whenever you do see me from here on out, it's gonna be high quality, y'all. That I can promise. But let me get up out of here. I hope y'all can hear me over all this wind. Thank y'all for tapping in. See y'all soon. Peace.